Well, here to discuss the government plans is Lisa Marie Patton from the charity GamCare. We should say we did also ask representatives of the gambling industry to come on, but no one was available. Lisa Marie, thank you very much for being with us. This has been described as the biggest shake-up of gambling legislation in 20 years. Do you think it goes far enough?
I think today, what's come out today on the white paper, there's some really positive moves from the government to protect people who are gambling and their affected others. So I see it as a positive day today. I think we've waited long for it to come through.
And in that time, as we were hearing, the industry has completely changed. People are not gambling as they used to, perhaps by going physically into a casino or into the bookies, but on their phones. And how has that allowed perhaps gambling to become a bigger problem for some people?
I think it's become more accessible to people. So if I'm sitting beside you on a train or a bus, I could be sitting with my phone, and it's so much the digital age we've moved to that. So I could be gambling on my phone. You would think I was texting or phoning somebody, but I'm not. I'm actually gambling. So it's that hidden addiction that needs to come through to support people as much as we can.
And some of the data that we had there from your organisation was really interesting about the wider harms of gambling. What do you hear when people call you?
We hear people call us. Currently we have over 40,000 calls coming into our helpline. Over the past year, we've seen an increase of 23% in the past month, year on year, of callers. So there is an increase of people looking for help and support from our charity. But what we have seen is that hidden addiction, the stigma of people reaching out and wanting to reach out to get help and support from us.
So there's parts of this white paper that you welcome, but some people were surprised that advertising hasn't been tackled at all. People see this on the TV all the time and sporting venues. Why do you think that was excluded from this white paper, and how much of a problem do you think that is?
I do think it's a problem. It is cited by our service users who contact us. That is an element, and we would have liked to have seen that to support them for that change in the white paper, and we would have liked to have seen more protection for our service users.
And once someone does contact you and ask for help, or perhaps family contact you and ask for help, what is there to help people?
We have lots of tools on our website, so self-help tools that people can access. There's also that kind of confidentiality and a safe space for somebody to talk to. So we offer CBT sessions, and we'll work through triggers and support, what other support we can give a client.
In terms of the mechanisms that have been put in place, the main thrust seems to be that when gamblers lose large amounts of money, say £1,000 in 24 hours or £2,000 over 90 days, that will trigger some sort of mechanism. Do we understand how that will work? And if someone is working across multiple sites, how will they join up?
I think obviously it has come out today. It's a 200-page document that we are in GamCare trying to digest and look to see how that will impact. But there's lots of consultations coming out. So the government are going to consult with people on how that would look. And I suggest that people do respond to that, and I encourage them to respond to the government's paper.
We obviously asked someone from the gambling industry to come on the programme. They weren't available, so I will put forward perhaps questions that some people might have for those who enjoy gambling, who don't see it as a problem, who feel that this is perhaps an infringement of what they like to do. Perhaps they do lose large amounts of money, maybe they win large amounts of money. Do you think this is perhaps an infringement of some people's enjoyment, something they feel that they can control?
I think we talk about in GamCare about a continuum. So we look at different ends of a spectrum of safer gambling and people that can gamble safely. But there are people in our society who can't, and that's where we have to really support people. So I think people can gamble safely.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for coming to speak to us, Lisa Marie Patton from GamCare. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.